Everybody, it's Christy Birchfield, and today we are continuing through Galatians. We're going to finish up chapter 5, and there's some really good stuff and some really familiar stuff. Some people have heard a lot of these verses before. We're kind of focusing in on Galatians 5, verses 16 through 26. Now, if you've missed any of the previous, you can always check out the link in the description below. It'll take you to the playlist, and that way you can kind of listen through all the other pieces of that up to this point. The verse today that really stuck out to me is verse 17. And before I read it, kind of the things to understand about what comes after this verse, there's two lists. Paul gives a list of basically the fruit of the flesh and all the things that we as sinful people end up doing. And then he gives the list of the fruit of the Spirit. Now, a lot of people have heard that one before. The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. And that's a great list. Paul also gives a list of all the things that we do in the flesh, which is not a great list. Lying, drunkenness, debauchery, all these things. So in verse 17, before he lists these out, what he says, for the flesh desires what is contrary to the Spirit, and the Spirit what is contrary to the flesh. They are in conflict with each other, so that you are not to do whatever you want. Here's the thing that we need to understand. If we are just sort of left to our own devices and kind of here, no matter what, we're going to do the things that are in that list of the flesh. That's our natural inclination. That's where we're going to tend to. And unless we make a conscious choice and decision to surrender to the Spirit of God, we are only going to do the things on that list. So how do we get to the list of the fruit of the Spirit? The love, the joy, the peace, the patience. That list, well, that's the fruit of the Spirit. We only are able to accomplish those when we surrender and allow the Spirit to live in and through us. The Spirit produces those things. We don't. So we have to recognize that if we are doing what we want, we're going to do the first list, not the second list. Only when we surrender and intentionally allow Christ to live through us will we be able to create the things in the second list. These two lists are contrary to each other. They cannot coexist. So if we find ourselves not producing the things on the list of the fruit of the Spirit, we need to recognize that means we are producing the things that are on the list of the flesh. It's not it's not a both and, it's either or. So if we're not doing one, we are automatically doing the other. Does that describe our life? Which list describes our life? And if we want a different list, we have to do something different by allowing Christ to live through us every day. Take us a few minutes and evaluate your own life and what are the fruit that are being produced in your life. Make sure you subscribe so that we can follow along every time these drop, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Thanks.